Hello everyone, DCB here, and welcome to the first of the Edgar Allan Poe selected poems videos. In today's video we are going to be reading Tamerlane. It is one of the longer poems by Edgar Allan Poe. As you can see, we are doing this with a background of nature, so I hope that you enjoy this video. Kind solace in a dying hour, such, Father, is not now my theme. I will not madly dream that power of earth may shive me of the sin an earthly pride hath revelled in. I have no time to dote or dream. You call it hope, that fire of fire, but it is agony of desire. If I can hope, O God, I can, it fount it holler more divine. I would not call thee fool, old man, but such is not a gift of thine. Know thou the secret of a spirit, bowed from its wild pride into shame. O yearning heart, I did not inherit thy winding portion with the frame. The searing glory which thou hath shone amidst the jewels of my throne. Halo of hell, and with a pain, not hell shall make me fear again. O craving heart for the lost flowers, and sunshine of my summer hours. The unyielding voice of that dead time, with its immeasurable chime, rings in the spirit of a spell, upon thy enemies a knell. I have not always been as now, the fevered delirium on my brow. I calmed and won unserpently, have not the same fierce heirloom given, Rome to the Caesar, this to me, the heritage of a kindly mind, and a proud spirit, which hath striven triumphantly with humankind. On mountain soil I first drew life, the mists of the tragedy have shed nightly their dews upon my head, and I believe the winged strife and torment of the headlong air have nestled in my very hair. So late from heaven that dew it fell, misdreams of unholy night, upon me with the touch of hell. Why the red flashing of the light, from clouds that hung like banners over, appeared to my half-closing eye. The premonitory of monarchy, and the deep thunder trumpets' roar, came hurriedly upon me, telling of human battle, where my voice, my own voice, silly child, was swelling. Oh, how my spirit would rejoice and leap within me at the cry, the battle cry of victory. The rain came down upon my head, unsheltered, and heavy wind reminded me mad and deaf and blind. I was but man, I thought, who shed loyals upon me, and the rush, the torment of the chilly air, gurgled within my ear the crush of empires with the captive's prayer, the hum of suitors, and the tone of flattery round a sovereign's throne. My passions from that hapless hour usurped a tyrant which men have dreamt since I have reached to power. My inherent nature, be it so, but father, there lived one who then in my boyhood, when their fire burned with so intense glow, for passion must with youth expire, and then who know this iron heart in woman's weakness had a part, I have no words, alas, to tell the lonely lovingness of loving well, nor would I now attempt to trace the more than beauty of a face, who limners upon my mind are shadows on the unyielding wind. Thus I remember having dwelt some page of earthly lore upon, with loitering eye till I have felt the letters with their meaning melt to fantasies with none. Oh, she was willing of all love, love as infectiously was mine. 'Tis which an angel minds above might envy her young heart to shine, on which my every hope and thought were increased than a goodly gift, for they were childish and upright. Pure as her young example taught, why did I leave it and adrift? Trust to the fire within for light. We grew in age and love together, roaming the forest and the wild. My breast her shield in wintry weather, and when the friendly sunshine smiled, and she would mark the opening skies, I saw no heaven but in her eyes. Young love's first lesson is the heart, for mid that sunshine and those smiles, when from our little cares apart, and laughing at her gildish wiles, I threw me on her throbbing breast, and pour my spirit out in tears. The words no need to speak the rest, no need to quiet any fears of her who asked no reason why, but turned on me her quiet eye. Yet more worthy of the love my spirit struggled with and strove, when on the mountain peak alone ambition lent me in new tone. I had no being but in thee, the world and all it did contain. In the earth, the air, the sea, its joy, its little lot of pain. That was new pleasure, the ideal, dim vanities of dreams by night, and dimmer nothing which were real, shadows and a more shadowy light. Prepared upon their misty wings, and so confusionly became thrice imaged, and a name, two separate yet most immanent things. I was ambitious, have you know, the passion father, have you not? A courtier, I marked the throne of half the world as all my own, and murmured as such a lowly lot, but just like any other dream upon the vapour of the dew, my own had passed, did not the beam of beauty which did while it through the minute, the hour, the day oppresses my mind with double loveliness. We walked together on the crown of a high mountain which looked down afar from its proud natural towers of rock and forest on the hill, the dwindled hills, begirt with bowers, and shouting with a thundered rills. I spoke to her of power and pride, but mystical in such guise, that she might dream, if not beside, the moment converses in her eyes. I read perhaps too carelessly a mingled feeling with my own. The flushed on her bright cheek to me seemed to become a queenly throne, too well that I should let it be light in the wilderness alone. I wrapped myself in grandeur then, and donned a visionary crown. Yet it was not that fantasy had thrown her mantle over me, but that among the rabbled men Lion ambition it chained down, and crouches to a keeper's hand. Not so in deserts where the ground, the wild, the terrible constress, but their own breath fan his fire. Look round thee now on Scarland, she not queen of earth, her pride above all cities in her hand, their destinies in all beside, of glory which the world hath known. Stands she not nobly and alone, falling her verest stepping stone, shall from the pedestal of a throne, and who her softening Tamerlane he, whom the astute people saw, striding over emperors halfly, a dimly outlaw. O human love, thou spirit given, on earth of all we hope in heaven, which fallest into the soul like rain upon the serried withered plain, and falling in thy power to bless, but leaving the heart a wilderness. Idea which beguilest life around, with music so a strange a sound, and beauty of so wild a birth, for well I have won the earth. With hope the eagle that towered could see no cliff beyond him in the sky. His pillars were bent droppingly, and homeward turned his softly eye. 'Tis sunset, with the sun will part, there comes the stillness of the heart. To him who still would look upon the glory of the summer sky, that so will hate the evening mist, so often lonely, and will list to the sound of coming darkness, known to those whose spirit hearken, as one who in a dream of night would fly, but cannot from a danger nigh. When thou moon, the white moon shed all splendour of her noon, her smile is cheerly, and her beam in that time of dearness will seem so like Uganda in your breath, a portrait taken after death. And boyhood is a summer sun, whose warning is the dearest one. For all we live to know is known, and all we seek to keep hath flown. Let life then as day flower fall, with the noonday beauty which is all. I reached my home no more, for all have flown who made it so. I passed from out its moistly door, and though my tread was soft and low, a voice came from the threshold stone of one who I had earlier known. Oh, I deftly held to show, on beds of fire that burn below, a humbler heart, a deeper thou. Father, I firmly do believe I know, for death who come from me, from reigns of blast afar, where there is nothing to deliver, have left his iron gate ajar, and rays of truth you cannot see are flashing through eternity. I do believe that Eboth hath a share in every human path, else how, when the holy grove I wander of the idol love, whose daily scents have showy wings, with incense blunt offerings, for most unpopulated things, whose pleasant bowers are yet riven above with tragic rays from heaven, no mote may shun, no tiniest fly, the lightning of his eye. How was it in Egyptian's crypt, unseen amidst the rivals there, till groldly bold he laughed and leapt in tangles of love's very air. And that was Tamerlane, the first poem that I have read from Edgar Allan Poe's selected poems. As you could tell, that was quite a long one, and I did struggle a bit on that. I do hope that you enjoyed this poetry with the nature photography that's been going on in the background. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, please do leave a thumbs up. Put in the comments any Edgar Allan Poe poems that you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next one, this is DCB. Knowledge is power, if we use it wisely.